Welcome back to the channel, Piney Projects. Welcome to our new video. My name is Dan. This is my daughter Joey. We're going to mix things up today. We're going to start working on our 1987 Kingston trailer and get all the wiring and all the lights installed. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in here real quick, get you caught up to track on what's going on here. I didn't really do a great job explaining it in previous videos, but anyway guys, the trailer's a 1987 Kingston. We purchased it a few years back. It needed a little TLC, but I started noticing a hole, a rust hole forming in the frame rail on the driver's side, and talked to a local welder, and he's like, you know, there's more going on behind the scenes than what you can see. So we decided to start digging in to see how bad the rust actually was, and to my surprise, it was pretty intense. So we pulled up all the flooring, we pulled out all the walls off. And I brought it over to the local welder, and he basically cut everything out and installed or welded in all new frame, which you can see here in some of these photos. He did an absolute fantastic job. So can't recommend him enough. It came out absolutely incredible. So now we're at the point where we need to start buttoning it up and putting it back together. I figured while it's all completely opened up, there's no better time than now to install all new wiring, new lights. We'll get new walls, new floor. So now that you're caught up to speed, let's get back to the video. All right, so first things first, we're gonna hook up to it and get it out of here, move it up into the driveway where it's a little bit easier to work on, so we're not here rolling around in the leaves and the grass. So let's get it hooked up and moved out of here. It's a little easier to work on. We have all of our supplies here. I'm sure we're going to need some more, but we got everything kind of staged out here ready to go. So what my plan is, first things first, we got these junction boxes here. So we're going to put one right up in the front of the trailer here, because as you can see, this is just a disaster. So we're going to mount the junction box up there, and we're going to run conduit down the inside or underneath the frame rails down here, and we're going to put a junction box here in the back so we can tie all the tail lights in. So alright, let's get cracking. Alright, so first things first, let's put the distribution box up in here. Mount it right up in there. Nice and cozy spot, but it's going to be so much easier drilling from the outside, so we'll mark it from the outside. Go just about like that. Okay, we've got our holes here. Now let's see how dull our drill bits are. Alright, let's start out with a small pilot bit here. Alright, now we've got our 5/16 bit. Let's see how dull this is. Whew. Oh boy. Ah boy. Alright. Didn't get too tight here in the chuck. Perfect. Phew. Man. Excellent. Alright, there she is, all nice and snug up there. Now we're going to go put the one on the back. Alright, so we're going to put one here on the back too. So then this way all the tail lights, reverse lights, all that stuff can be put in this junction box. I really don't want to put it here because this is the main frame. So I think we're going to put it here. It's got to go a little low because the flooring is going to be on top. It's going to sit here. So I think this is a good spot here. The conduit can end here. Yeah, so we're going to go right here. So let's mark there. Did you move on me? Okay. Right there. Drill our pilot holes. Easy. Switch out to our 5/16 bit. bolts here. So next up we're going to run some conduit. They had originally some conduit under here, but it's all rotted out in terrible condition. So we're just going to run a nice new fresh piece right down the center frame rail. So let's get to it. Alright, so we've got some 3/4 inch conduit here. We're going to use the 10-foot piece right here in the front, and then I've got some 3/4 inch clamps and self-tappers. I think that's the way to go. So let me get underneath there, we'll get it situated, and we'll start attaching it. Okay, so we got a 10-foot piece of 3/4 inch conduit. It did start here, so we're gonna put it right in its place. I've got a clamp and a self-drilling or self-tapper. So let's go ahead. And it's okay that the front of this is open, because the other one was too before it rotted out. We'll fill up with a little bit of caulk, but it'll be fine because we're not sealing in the back. It's going to be open, so any road debris or anything that gets in there will be fine. We're going to go ahead and start this first, and then set it. Got it started. Get it out. Go ahead and put our clamp on there. Perfect. Alright, so we've got our conduit. The front 10 feet comes in here. It ends right here. What I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if this is the right way, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going to stick a conduit T in here, and finish the conduit out back to the distribution box. This will allow me to have the brake wires come out for both of the axles. Otherwise, we would have to run a separate brake line. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just get it all encased in the conduit. So I think this is our best bet. We're just going to install this T here and run the wire through, pull this cap off, and we can run our brake lines for both of the front and the rear axle. So let's go ahead and get this piece of conduit cut and everything attached, and then we'll start fishing wires. Alright, let's fish some wire. Let me know when it comes through.
Okay.
out, put out. Good. Alright, so ultimately the wire is going to come all the way down here to this distribution box, but at this T we're going to break the blue line off, which will basically go out to the brakes. So what we're going to do, we'll run the wire out here to the distribution box. Get a little bit extra. Now you have to go to the front, it's stuck. Alright, so we got her unstuck. So we have plenty of extra wire here. So back up here, we're going to have to essentially fish the blue wire out. So let's see how we can get that done. Alright guys, this is actually my favorite part. A lot of people don't like to do wiring. I love electrical. I love trailer vehicle wiring. So this is definitely not a how-to. This is not an informational video, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So we're putting eyelets on the distribution box from all of these wires. So start with the wire here. We strip it back. Okay. A little twist. We've got our heat shrink tape already cut. We slide that on out of the way. Get our eyelet set up in the crimper. Set the wire in here. Crimp it nice and tight. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to throw some solder on here. An old hunk of junk soldering gun, but still works quite alright. Got our solder here. Okay. Nice soldered. Let that cool just a minute. We get our heat shrink tape down here with the heat gun. Perfect. Alright, now that we have the junction box all wired up, we need to put the lights in. Originally this trailer came with 2 brake lights, but I decided we're just going to go ahead, we're going to put 1 brake light in and 1 backup light in. It is really impossible to back this thing up at night, and with, time changing stuff, being dark at like 4 o'clock, we need some backup lights. So we're going to put the brake lights in down on the bottom and the backup lights up top. So we got the regular incandescent for the brake, but Del City was running a major sale on the backup lights, so we got LEDs for up top. So I think that'll work out good, and we got the rubber grommets here, all the pigtails we need for the lights here. So let's go ahead and we'll put these in. So we already have a small minor problem on the reverse lights. They sent us the wrong pigtail. There's three spots there. The one they sent us only has two. The LED backup only has two wires on it, so I'm not really sure what in the world the third one's for, except it's this one and this one that I need, not this one up here, and this is not going to work in there. So, back to the drawing board with that. We're going to have to reorder a 3 pigtail connector for the backup lights. But let's continue with the brake lights. So the pigtails for these are correct, but they're way too short because they have to make it over to the distribution box. So we're going to go ahead and add some leads onto the pigtail and get those wired up. Alright, so we ran into one more little snag. Completely forgot, when the fender comes on here, it's going to sit all in here. And there's a hole drilled in the step part of this fender where all of this wiring is going to go through. So if we wire everything now with all of the plugs and all of that, we're not going to be able to get it through the hole on the step on the fender. So we're basically kind of at a standstill now where we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to the front of the trailer. We're going to get all of that wiring all done and finished up, and we're going to have to wait until we get the sides of the trailer put back on so we can put the fender on here so we can run the wires through the fender step, because I want this to be nice and clean when it's all done. I don't want it to be all hacked up. So let's move to the front of the trailer. Okay, welcome to the front of the trailer. So we've got our conduit down here that we put in before, and we've got our 7 strand wire. So there's, let's see here, the way it used to run, there's some conduit up here, runs up there, runs all the way across, and then ended up in a rat's nest. But we have our distribution box right here, so we're going to go ahead and pull all this old crap out of here and then fish our new spool of wire up through. Alright, so this is definitely an utter rat's nest, so let's just get rid of all of this junk. What a mess. I hate these stupid little crimpy butt connectors like this. What a pile of junk. We even got scotch locks here. We got everything. Let's get rid of all this garbage. What a mess. Got wires falling all over the place. Look at that. It's all melted. Fire hazard. Alright, let's see if we can start pulling this junk out. Nope. Oh, gross. Alright. Okay, there we go. Now we'll start fishing the new wire through. Okay, back at you. We ran into another little snag, a little pain in the neck that I didn't know. The original trailer connector plug that was on the front of this trailer was only a 6 wire, and we're running 7 wire. So we went ahead and wired up a new connector. We got this all set up. We're going to hook it up to the truck and just test it out real quick, make sure all our connections are correct, but pretty sure they are, but let's just double check. Okay, left turn signal. Right turn signal. Okay, turn them off. Step on the brake. Okay, step on the, or turn the parking lights on. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're coming along here. We have the, oh, I got my little clip here. We have the junction box set up here, going to the back of the trailer and then to where it's going to hook to the truck. The only thing left we have up here, there's two wires left here coming from the front. One does the markers up top, and one does dome lights inside the living compartment and back area. So we're just going to extend these wires over to the junction box, and we should be done with the front of the trailer. As far as this, you may be asking about as far as this battery breakaway, with the old battery here, we're going to bypass all of it. Here in Virginia, it's not required on farm use trailers, and my experience, they never work. The batteries always freeze, break, go bad. They're never charged. We're doing away with it. So if you're asking about why that's not electrically getting hooked up, it's because we're not hooking it up. So let's take care of these wires here, and I'll show you the finished product up front. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up here for today. We'll come back. We obviously have to finish up, but made great headway. New plug up here. We got the distribution box up here, all set up, wired up. Looks a whole ton better. All brand new wiring run, conduit, which goes all the way to the back. We have a distribution box there. We just ran into the problem with the pigtails on the backup lights, but they look great. And then we're going to have to get the sides and the fenders on here in order to run that wiring properly. So we'll be back. Hey guys, I think we're going to call the video here. We've got more parts ordered to get the wall up and get the fender on so we can finish up the electrical, so we're going to call it quits here. I do want to say the last video we posted was of the old Mac, and I didn't expect it to take off as wild as it did. We have a whole ton more new subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the love and support that you've been giving the channel. I know that this video and this project is probably not as fun and as cool as the Mac. That being said, it is a project nonetheless, and it's something that we have to get done. Not all these projects are going to be super overly entertaining, but that comes along with the project. So thanks for coming along on this ride with us.
Also, thank you for all of the super nice comments on the last video. I am still working on it, but thank you so much for that.
So thank you guys again. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. She did quite a bit of videoing on this newest video, so somebody had mentioned about mic problems. We're working with them. Every video we're hoping to get a little bit better, but anyway, thank you guys again, and we will catch you on the next one.